welcome to Meet in the Middle Movies. I'm Mindy.
I'm Elin.
And we're that bald couple at the cinema. We're in for our spoiler discussion of The Housemaid right now. And last time, if you saw our non-spoiler discussion, you saw that Elin liked it less than I did. We both gave it a middle-of-the-road kind of score. It wasn't anything that blew us away, but it was a lot of fun for me. I think one of the things that stood out the most to me that I did mention in the non-spoiler discussion was that as a book-to-movie adaptation, pretty darn good. I'm not offended when they need to make some changes to translate something over to film. The example that I gave was just that if the plot in the book looks like this, they did a little bit of this, right? So some things that happen at the end, they combine them with other things that would have happened in the middle, and then they were able to make a nice flow out of that.
Real quick, if you're seeing things jumping around, if you've never watched this before, we live an hour and a half away from the movie theater we go to.
Yeah. So
we do a ride-along format for our reviews and our spoiler discussions. So that's why you're basically in the car with us. Yeah. So
these are the types of discussions we love to have at the end of a nice movie day, and we just basically decided to invite you guys along for it.
Yeah.
So tell us what you thought of this one.
So yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, that was kind of my first impression. Okay. So tell us your spoiler.
All right,
review.
So here we go. About 35-40 minutes in, I leaned over to Mindy and I said, I bet you he's drugging her and making her think she's crazy. Mm-hmm. Can you verify that so people don't think I'm just...
he guessed it. So... I tried to not confirm or deny because I've read the book. Yeah, he guessed it.
Mr. Perfect is never a positive thing. And I think like 5 minutes into it, I'm like, there's something off with him.
I should have known you would guess that. We've had times in our life, we've been married about 11 years. We've had times in our life where he was kind of like, this person seems too perfect. I don't trust him. Whether it's stories, books, movies, people, life. Yeah. He's very good at picking out. He's immediately suspicious of anybody who seems, just like everything's perfect. I don't think so.
Yeah. Anyway, so like 5 minutes in, I was like, there's something up with him. And then about, again, 30-40 minutes in, I told you exactly what my theory was.
Yeah.
So that, I'm not going to say it's a predictable plot because I think, again, I've kind of gotten to I mentioned, I've developed, I guess, a talent on guessing it, but then again, maybe I'm overestimating that, and maybe it is a predictable.
You can smell the BS faster than I can usually.
Maybe, but that was one thing. I thought the storytelling device that they used of having him kick Amanda Seyfried out of the house, and then like you see her drive away, and it looks like she's having a mental break, like an emotional breakdown.
Yes.
And then it swings back to like what Sydney Sweeney and the other guy are doing, and then eventually Sydney Sweeney gets locked in the room, and then she goes through all her stuff, and then it cuts to Seyfried in the car, and she's like laughing and celebrating. And then it was really, really interesting because before that you had the reaction scene of them being locked in the same. So this guy, he's a freaking control freak, like psycho.
Yeah.
Whenever something is not up to his standard, he locks these women, the woman he's dating, in like the attic, and he makes them do a penance basically. And you see Sydney Sweeney do the scene with her reaction, like, let me out, this isn't funny, blah, 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 blah. And then about 20 minutes, or not even 20, not 20, like 10 minutes later, when it swings back to Amanda Seyfried telling her part of the story and how she ended up in that situation, you see her basically do the exact scene with the exact...
Just the gambit of emotions that you'd go through. Wait a minute, you what? You locked me in here? What's happening?
And that was a big, like, highlight and low light to me, because Amanda Seyfried, I don't know why.
That's okay, we'll figure it out.
Sells this. Low light because you just saw Sydney Sweeney about, again, 10 minutes ago do this scene, and it's not nearly as, like, dynamic.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm not saying it's not believable. I'm not saying it's poorly acted. It's just not as like the emotions are not as dynamic in doing this as much as I feel like someone in that situation would be that Seyfried captured.
Yeah, I agree.
But doing that storytelling device of like showing Sydney Sweeney's character going through the turn, and then immediately switching to Amanda Seyfried's reaction to being basically kicked out of the house and telling her side of the story, I thought was a really cool, unique way to do like a reveal. Yeah,
pretty much exactly how the book does it too. Yeah. That's very close to how the book does it. Halfway through, you suddenly switch to Nina's perspective. That's Amanda Seyfried's character.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it. That was really well followed from the book. I liked that structure. I was curious going into this if we were just going to see both along the way, and I love that they gave us that guessing game at the beginning where maybe some viewers that aren't able to guess it, maybe some viewers would be like, oh, she's nuts, she's totally crazy. But in fact, what she's done is created the perfect storm in order to convince her husband to make it his idea to break up with her.
Yeah.
And so she has to seem a little crazy.
On top of that, she hires a convicted murderer.
Yeah.
Like, Sydney Sweeney's past is she's a murderer, and the whole plan is, I got to get out from under this guy, so I'm going to hire someone that's just so happens to be perfectly his type. But also, first time that I think she knew that first time she tried the stuff that he did with her, she was going to kill him.
Yeah, he was going to be met with a different reaction.
Yeah.
I thought too, for that character, I guess this dives in a little more to how the book's written, but it plays out in the movie as well. For that character, that seems like a great way to justify putting somebody else in her situation, because that's basically what she's doing, is she's grabbing Sydney Sweeney's character and she's trying to get her to replace herself. And I think that's actually a really cool move. It's a very human thing. She's desperate, she needs to survive, she needs to get out, but this little thing in the back of her mind is like, she's violent, she can handle it, it's fine. But she does kind of answer for that.
He also
at the
slept
end
with
as well.
my husband, by the way. She's also got us thinking, she also slept with my husband.
Maybe that's a little justification.
So there's a little bit like
she deserves it.
Yeah, I mean, yes, she probably knew that was going to happen, but
I don't think she's salty at that point. I don't think she's salty at all that this girl slept with her husband, because she not only hates, but he's her attacker. He's her. I think at that point she's just justifying why she can let her be another victim.
I am fascinated to see where this whole story goes.
Yeah.
Because at the end, like, you can talk about that.
So there's this thing at the end where they say Nina, the first woman who hired Sydney Sweeney's character, recommended her to be a housekeeper for another family, and the woman is interviewing her, the wife in the relationship, and you see she's got some really rough bruising right here, and things are set up in such a way you know exactly what she's talking about when she says, do you think you can handle this job? And you get the sense that she's being hired as an assassin, not as a housemaid. And I just think it's so badass. I think it's so fun.
So it'll be really interesting to see where that goes. Do you have anything else, or? That's
all I got.
Okay.
So go see The Housemaid if you like a fun psychological thriller.
And what was your guys' thoughts on some of the stuff we brought up? We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. Please like, subscribe, all of the things. We'll see you next time at the movies. See you then.
See ya.